Hi, my name is Adrienne Oliver and I'm with REMAX Universal, talking to you today about 5 questions that you should ask before you have a home inspection. So a lot of my videos lately have been about new construction, home inspection. Recently had Ashley Bowles, who's my favorite home inspector, on a video with me. So gonna give you kind of the foundation. So I kind of went from new construction to we're having home inspection. There's a couple different questions that you need to ask yourself in order to determine more about home inspection or kind of start the process. So I'm going to be going over that with you today. So whether you've done a home inspection before or not, the rules are kind of the same for you. So there's 5 different things that's going to help you clarify the process. What is it? So a lot of times as a realtor who does this every day, I'm like, who doesn't understand this? So the purpose of this video is kind of to educate you on what those are, how that works, and what questions to ask. The first question is who pays for it, right? You're purchasing a home, it's a lot of money. Who's going to pay for my home inspection, Adrienne? So the buyer chooses the inspector and then pays the inspector directly for the inspection. The inspection report that's generated belongs to the buyer, so the buyer actually owns it. Oftentimes we end up releasing it to the seller, but you as the buyer would own the report. You can get recommendations from your family, your friends, me, but make sure that you choose someone that is licensed by the Texas Real Estate Commission in order to do that. That license part is very important. So there's that. It's number 1, who pays for it? Number 2, what does an inspector do? Great, Adrienne, that's great. We're going to get an inspection. What do they do? The inspector is going to go through the property and is going to make note of any damages, any needs for repairs, maintenance issues, and then he's going to give you a copy of this completed report based on those findings. It's important to know that there could be defects that the home inspector could not find, and that we wouldn't expect them to find the defects with limited areas. Like for instance, sometimes if the inspector thinks that there might be a foundation issue, they'll ask you to call out a foundation company. An inspector is not going to be able to do a complete foundation check. They're just going to be able to say, hey, there's something wrong a little bit here. Those type of things. So that's number 2. What does an inspector do? Number 3, when should I get an inspection? So when I put you under contract or when we write a contract, we're going to discuss about termination and your option period. Okay? During this portion is when you should have the inspection done. So there's amount of time, it's usually 7 to 10 days, in which you can conduct an inspection and negotiate repairs with the seller. And so during that time, you can still terminate the contract and all you've lost is your option fee. So that's when you should get an inspection, during that time period. Where should I be during the inspection? So you don't have to be there. In fact, I've had a lot of people who end up buying property or purchasing property and not being local when they do that. You don't have to be there during the home inspection. However, I will tell you, it's oftentimes handy to be there. So in case there's anything the inspector finds, usually the last 30 minutes to an hour you show up and he can actually show you kind of some of the top items that he found so that you can understand them. Also, it's important for him and you or her and you to discuss your home because you will be responsible ultimately for maintaining it. So you should encourage yourself. I encourage you to attend your inspections, at least the last part of it's usually when my buyers show up. So that's the 4th question. Where should I be during the inspection? Number 5, why should I have this done? So why do I need a home inspection? So buying a home is probably the largest investment of your lifetime. Okay? So it's important that you know as much as you can about this home up front. There's always going to be things that you find out about your home later on, but you need to try to know as much as you can. Knowledge is power, people. Knowledge is power. So that's important. A home inspector will point out the items that need regular maintenance and identify any problems. Once your inspection is complete, then you talk to me. We determine if there's any issues that we want to ask them for. The one thing I will tell you is that a home inspection is done for mainly 2 reasons. 1, to give you a new homeowner's checklist, things that you think that you want to do or you want to improve. It's not fair to ask the sellers to improve things that aren't broken, right? Especially when you're buying a house that's a resale home. That's kind of the difference between resale and new construction. The other thing is to ask the sellers for any health and safety items that are actually broken. So those are the two reasons that you usually get a home inspection generally. I hope you learned more about questions to ask before getting a home inspection. My name is Adrienne Oliver. I'm with RE/MAX Universal. I hope to help you and your family. Talk to you soon.